Hello, I'm Walter from PSP Kingston. We're going to do some yoga today. It's going to be more on Ashtanga style. Some of the movements will be quick, but you'll memorize them. And there'll be certain important movements that we'll hold. So do the best you can. If you find it easier, you can place this video right in front of you so you can watch the movements. So let's get started with just a small little loosening up exercise. Swing the arms. Remember, if you get dizzy doing this particular type of movement, keep your head facing forward so you don't get dizzy. Let the arms swing naturally. That's it. Reach for the ceiling. Knees up high. Heel to the buttocks. Try and get it as close as you can to the buttocks. So bring the shoulders up high. You can go forwards, you can go backwards. Okay, let's get started. This is where you slow everything down. Slow down your thoughts. Slow down your breathing. Slow down your heart. Don't think about anything else but the moment. Okay, let's try and move together here. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Step back with your left foot into warrior one. Now remember that T formation. Your front foot is facing forward, but you have a T formation with your other foot. And let's bring the arms up and breathe in and out. Breathing in and out. And mountain pose. Step back with the other foot. T formation again. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Then mountain pose. Breathing in and out. Let's go to the floor. And come back up with your hands on your shin. Lengthen your body, your torso, and back down. If you can't reach your toes, grab your ankles. Just hold it there. And breathe in and step back with your left foot into runner's pose. And back into plank pose. Hold the plank pose. And slowly come down to the floor, push up into upward dog. And back down, downward dog. And back to plank. Step forward with your right foot. And bring the other foot beside it. And forward bend. And slowly come up into mountain pose, breathing in. And out. Breathing in. And out. And let's start off with a balance pose. We're going to start off with tree pose. So again, find your balance first, and then hinge above or below the knee. And when you feel ready, finish off the pose and breathe. Mountain pose for 2 breaths. Try the same thing on the other side. Get your balance first, and then hinge above or below the knee. I'm having a bit of problems with balance myself today. And then finish off with arms extended. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. And then here we go down to the floor. And come up, lengthen, and back down. Hands to the toes. And step back with your right foot into runner's pose. And plank pose. Hold the plank pose and lower yourself to the floor. Upward dog and downward dog. And back and down into tabletop posture and find your own way to sit down. We're going to go forward. So breathing in and forward. Now again, you can grab the ankles, you can grab the toes, whichever works out for you. If you can try and keep your toes upright, it's a good thing. If not, just do the best you can. And head up, lengthen your body, hold it there and breathe. And release. Bend your knees, roll onto your back. Bring your heels as close as you can to your buttocks and hips up. Interlock your fingers underneath you. Now get those shoulders underneath you. Hips up high and breathing. And hips down, bring your knees to your chest and roll up into a sitting position. Stretch your legs out again, the forward bend, breathe in and out, come forward. Choose the position of your hands. That's it. Wiggle around, get yourself comfortable. Head up and lengthen. Don't forget to breathe. And release, bend the knees again, roll onto your back. Now this time grab your ankles with your hands, place them on the floor close to your buttocks, and up we go. Get your shoulders underneath you, hold it there, and again breathing. and release. Let's go into heavy baby. Now here, you can grab the ankles, you can grab the feet or toes, you can grab the instep, whichever is more comfortable, but try and keep your hips down as much as you can. Bottoms of the feet facing the ceiling. And release, bring the knees to the chest and roll up into a sitting position. And find your own way to go into tabletop posture. And up into plank. Hold that plank pose. Lower yourself to the floor. And upward dog. And downward dog. Bring the right foot forward into runner's pose. Bring the other foot beside it in forward bend. And roll up into mountain pose, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And step back into warrior one. And bring your arms up and hold that posture. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. Step back with your right foot, warrior one again, and arms up and breathing. Mountain pose for 2 breaths. And we're going to do another balance pose here. We're going to do big dancer. Now you can do it on the mat, or you can do it off the mat, whichever is more comfortable for you. Okay? Again, get your balance. And as if you're doing a quad stretch, hold that posture, and then slowly lean forward, and breathe, hold it there, breathe. And I've lost my balance too. Let's take a deep breath for mountain pose, breathing in, and out. Breathing in, and out. Okay, Kelly, we're gonna do that one again. From here, we're going to do mountain pose. From here, we're going to do big dancer. So hold this posture here. You get your balance first. And if you're going to do a quad stretch, grab your ankle, get your balance first, get comfortable, and then lean forward. Okay, Kelly, we're going to try that again. Okay, from here we're going to do big dancer. The first thing you want to do is get your balance first, get comfortable on that leg, and as if you're doing a quad stretch, hold it there, and then lean forward slightly, only what's comfortable for you, and breathe. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Again, get your balance first. And when you feel ready, quad stretch. Take your time and leaning forward. And breathing. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. And let's go to the ground again. Again, come up, hands on the shins, lengthen your body, your torso, and back down. Either grab the ankles or toes. Hold it there. And step back with your left foot into runner's pose. Good. And hold it there. And then plank pose. Hold the plank pose and lower yourself to the floor. Upward dog. And downward dog. And lift up your left leg, open your hip, and look under your armpit to the ceiling. Hold it there, breathe. And return back to downward dog. Breathe, come back to plank. Hold that plank pose. Push back into downward dog. Let's lift the right leg up. Here we go. Breathing. And plank pose. Should I say downward dog? And then move into plank pose. Hold that plank pose. And down into tabletop posture. Find your own way to sit down. Okay, let's open the legs. The first thing we're going to do is open your legs to the farthest you can. Hands behind you. Try and keep your feet upright if you can. Hands close behind you. Sit tall and feel the stretch in the groin and hip. Breathe. Okay, let's bring the legs a bit closer together because now we're going forward. Let me just move back a little bit. So from here, you can either bring your elbows to the floor, you can grab your ankles, your toes, you can reach with your hands, whichever you like. So breathe in and out. Choose your posture and breathe. Now remember, you're hinging at the hip, so you want to keep your back as straight as possible. And come back up. Now we're going to the left leg. Now look at your foot. You can either grab the ankle, the foot, you can place the hands on the floor, whichever works for you. Breathe in and out, come forward. Continue breathing, looking at your foot. And come up. Let's change legs. Breathe in and out. And come back up and bring your legs together. Cross your legs and find your own way into tabletop posture. And up into plank pose. Hold the plank pose. Lay down on the floor. Upward dog. Back down. Downward dog. You can cycle your feet, your legs. Bring the right foot forward into runner's pose. Bring the other foot beside it in forward bend. And slowly roll up into mountain pose and breathing in. Again. And from here, we're going to go into warrior one. So step back with your left foot and breathing posture. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. Again. And here we go down to the feet. Come up the shins, lengthen the torso, and back down and grab the toes, or the feet, or the ankles. And step back with your left foot into runner's pose. And bring the other foot beside it in plank. Hold that plank pose. And lower to the floor. Upward dog. And downward dog. And tabletop posture and find your own way to sit down. Okay, we're going to do some twisting postures now. So we're going to start out with the right foot first. So just bring it over the left leg like this. Okay? So what you try to do is get the hinge of your elbow wrapped around the knee. If that's too difficult, bring your arm across the knee, whichever works for you. So wrap that arm around the knee, turn, bring the other hand behind you for support, and breathe. Hold it there, bring that right shoulder back. And release. Let's change legs. The hinge of the elbow. Bring that left hand back and the shoulder. Look behind you and breathing. And release. Let's take it a little bit further. So you're going to bring the left leg underneath your buttocks and the right foot over that knee. So bring that left foot in, the right foot goes over, and you're turning to the right. So right hand behind you, left hand across the knee. Breathe. And release. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Okay, so right leg in, under the buttocks, left leg over the right, returning to the left, bring that left shoulder back, and release. Let's take it a little bit further. Bring the left foot under the buttocks, bring the right foot over, but this time you're holding on to both ankles. Okay? Now look forward, sit tall. and release. Let's try it on the other side. Remember to sit tall. Don't forget to breathe. And release. And find your own way to tabletop posture. And plank pose. Hold the plank pose. And lower to the floor. Upward dog. And downward dog. And from here we're going to go into a balanced posture. So lift the right leg up and swing it right through between your hands. Now, if you can, come up into a posture. If you want to, you can have a T formation with your feet, or you could be on the balls of your feet. Now from here, you can have your hands on your hip, on your knee, hands in prayer, or hands behind your back. Plank pose with me. Hold that plank pose. Let's try the same thing on the left leg. Up and through. Plank pose with me. Hold the plank pose and lower to the floor. Upward dog. Downward dog. You can cycle your legs if you want to. From here we're going into a pigeon posture. So lift the right leg up. So now swing it underneath you. Now with your left hand, turn that leg perpendicular to your body. And with your left leg, stretch yourself out and slowly rest on your forearms. Now hands on either side of your shoulders and lift your torso up. Keep your legs in posture. Hold this position. Breathe. From here we're going to go into plank pose. So hands planted and lift yourself up and slide that foot back. Hold that plank position. Lift your left leg up, swing it underneath you. Again, turn that foot perpendicular to your body's position. And with your right leg, slowly stretch yourself out and resting on your forearms. Hands on either side of the shoulder, bring your torso up, keep your legs in posture, hold that position. And from here, plank pose. Hold that plank pose. And down to the floor, upward dog. And downward dog. bring your right foot forward into runner's pose. Bring the other foot beside it in forward bend. And slowly roll up into mountain pose, breathing in. Again. And from here, step back with your left foot into warrior one. And arms up. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. And step back with the right foot. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. And let's go to the ground. Come halfway up, lengthen your body, and back down, grabbing the ankles or toes. And breathing. And step back with your right foot into runner's pose. Plank pose position. Hold the plank pose and lower to the floor, upward dog. And downward dog. Cycle the legs if you want to. Bring the right foot forward into runner's pose. And bring the other foot beside it in forward bend. And slowly roll up into mountain pose again, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. From here we're going to do side angle pose. So step back with your left foot. You can make a T formation if you want to. Arms can be up. Pointing forward and backwards. It can be palms up, palms down. You can look forward, you can look back, whatever you want. Straighten out that front leg. Now we're going to slowly tip over, bring the right hand to the knee, the shin, the ankle, or the floor. Other hand to the ceiling. Breathe. And slowly come up. Let's mountain pose for 2 breaths. And step back with the right foot. Straighten out that leg. Here we go. Tip over again to the knee, the shin, the ankle, or the floor. Breathe. And mountain pose for 2 breaths. Again. I'm going to take it a little bit further this time. Step back with your left leg again into warrior 1. But we're going to keep the leg straight. Now we're going to bring the opposite arm to that leg and the other arm to the ceiling. So, right leg is forward, the left hand goes beside the left foot or ankle or shin, the right hand goes to the ceiling. Okay, here we go. So twist and come down. And return back up, mountain pose, 2 breaths. Let's change legs. Here we go. Take your time. Mountain pose for 2 breaths. Come up and step. Again. And let's go to the ground. Come halfway up, lengthen, and back down. And step back with your left foot into runner's pose. And plank pose. Hold the plank pose and lower to the ground. Upward dog. And downward dog. That's it. Cycle the legs if you want to. And find your own way into tabletop posture and sitting down. All right. I'm going to go forward again. Breathing in and out. Come forward, grabbing the ankles or the toes, whichever works. Rock to stretch the body out. And try and lengthen the body. Hold it there. And release. Okay, from here we're going to do leg extension and the lazy toe. So laying on your back, on your mat, that's it. Now we're going to do it with the left foot first. So you can either grab the heel, grab the toes, grab the ankle, or use a strap if you have one. So take the position you like, lay back, extend that leg up to the ceiling. Breathing, head resting on the floor. And then we go with the lazy toe. Now, try and keep your hips and shoulder blades on the floor. If you have difficulty with balance, turn your head in the opposite direction. Breathe. And come back to the top. Hold that position. Breathing, and bend the knee and release. Okay, shake it out a bit. Let's try the same thing with the other leg. I'm just going to move over because I'm a bit close to the wall. Okay, bend the knee. Remember, you can grab the heel, grab the toes, do a toe lock, which I never showed you before. That's the index finger and second finger between the big toe and second toe, and wrap the thumb around to make the circuit. And extend that leg up to the ceiling. And here we go with that lazy toe. Again, if you need balance, turn your head in the opposite direction. And return back to leg extension. And bend the knee. And this is when you start your savasana, your meditation. So you just lay there, relax, arms open, hands open, about 45 degrees from the side of the body. Head looking at the ceiling. Relax the feet. You can close your eyes if you want to, and think about nothing but happy, good thoughts. Now you can continue your meditation if you want to, but I just want to remind you, if you want more information on health and fitness, please follow us on social media at PSP Kingston.
PSP Kingston, the health and wellness provider for the military community.